Question says a physical quantity of the dimensions of length that can be formed out of c, g, and e square by 4 pi epsilon naught, where c is the velocity of light, g is the universal constant of gravitation, e is the charge, and epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space. So you have to figure out the dimensions in each one of them, and you have to see which one is corresponding to our length. Correct? So first of all, let's figure out the dimensions of these quantities. Which quantities? C, G, E square by 4 pi epsilon naught, and only these three. Yeah. So C has a dimension of speed, it is right, velocity of light. So L1 T minus 1, correct? G, gravitational constant. Now, how do you calculate gravitational constant? F is equals to G m1 m2 upon r square, right? This is what our Newton's universal law of gravitation. So G will be having a unit of Newton meter square per kg square. If you cross multiply r square on the left hand side, it will go on the top and multiply with the force. So force as a unit of Newton meter square and m1 m2 kg square down, right? Now, what will be the dimensions of Newton? m1 L1 T minus 2 meter square L2 dimensions of kg square m2. So G will have a dimensions of m to the power minus 1, L to the power 3, and T to the power minus 2. Correct? So let me remove this whole thing. Okay. Next third quantity is E square by 4 pi epsilon naught. Correct? Now we know that our Coulomb's law F equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, okay, into Q1 Q2, and E square by 4 pi epsilon naught is nothing but n into R square, right? So if I take R square on the left hand side, that will be the dimensions for E square by 4 pi epsilon naught, right? So what is our F? M1 L1 T minus 2 and R square L2. So dimensions for E square is E square by 4 pi epsilon naught is M1 L3 T to the power minus 2. Correct? Now these are the dimensions of all of these C, G, and the third quantity E square by 4 pi epsilon naught. But we want the dimensions of length out of these three. Means they should cancel out in such a way that we have to put them in all four of them and we have to check. So let's put it in the first part. So first one, 1 upon c square. 1 upon c square is 1 by L1 T to the power minus 1 whole square. Correct? Into G. G is how much? M minus 1 L3 T minus 2 into E square by 4 pi epsilon naught. M1 L3 T to the power minus 2 whole power half. Half means root. So this will be 1 by L to T minus 2. Correct? And here it will be how much? Let me make it M2 L6 T minus 4 whole power half. So root will be making it how much? M1 L3 T to the power minus 2 whole divided by L2 T to the power minus 2. And M is 1 here and here minus 1. So it won't be 2. It will be 0 here and 0 here. Correct? So now this will cancel out. T to the power minus 2 cancels and you left with L. L is the dimensions of length. So correct answer is option A.